All right, so welcome back. We had talked before the break. If something were to happen, it looks like it did. I went ahead and sent out this announcement about this COVID crisis. The college has converted all classes to the online format. And I guess for you guys, the bad part is we don't have any more face-to-face meetings. That's the bad part. The good part is to the fact that you've already been submitting your assignments in my accounting lab, and so that won't change. It's just that we won't have any face-to-face meetings. But the way it works is I went ahead and sent out another announcement. And of course, the class officially resumes on Monday, March 30th. That's when the extended spring break ends. And I post this announcement and I send it to your student emails, essentially saying I'm giving you one more week to submit the Chapter 7 assignments in my accounting lab. And again, some of you have already done that. That's fine, but you'll get one more week to do that. And again, following the same rules, I went ahead and put everything in place. Everything's the same as what we've been doing. But just to remind you, the due date is against April 5th is the due date in my accounting lab. And again, if you have any questions about that, just email me. And so the way I'll do it is each week I'll submit announcements through Blackboard and I'll send them to your student email. So if you have any problems, I would definitely check your student emails at least once or twice a week. So I've got that. Now, everything else, again, is the same. I would use the learning modules, if you haven't been doing that this semester, to go ahead and use that in replace of the in-class material. So if I click on chapter 7. So if I go to the Chapter 7 folder, notice you've got my PowerPoint illustrations, you've got homework illustrations, and I hope you've been using these, textbook illustrations, and I went ahead and added a handout illustration, the one handout that I had given before our break that we were working on. This contains all of the solutions, and I worked them out for you on the illustration, so you might want to play that as well. But again, you want to be using these learning modules for each chapter. So notice that I've revised this. You've got Chapter 7, which we're going to be finishing, and then we'll have Chapter 9. And then notice we've got Chapters 10 and 11. Even the Chapter 12 folder is still out there. I went ahead and took that off our requirements for this semester. That's not a mandatory chapter that we cover, but based on our time remaining, we're not going to be able to get that chapter in since we're essentially converting to online and they extended the spring break. So I don't want to rush everything. So I'd rather have quality rather than just quantity. So note that. But again, you've got that. And then you should also go back. I'm going to go back and open this up. The class schedule did change. I went ahead and revised the schedule. So once you open that up, you'll note that here's our remaining schedule. You've got March 30th through April 5th is Chapter 7. Then you've got April 6th through the 12th is Chapter 9. And then we're going to have Exam 2. Notice it's Chapters 5, 6, 7, and 9 online. That'll be in my accounting lab. You'll get a week to do that. Then after that, I told you we're taking Chapter 12 out of our requirements. So you've got Chapter 10. We'll spend a week on that. And then we'll have a couple weeks on Chapter 11 because there's a lot of stuff to cover in that chapter. And then notice the due date is May 10th. All these due dates are now set in my accounting lab, so please follow those as your constraints to get all these assignments that we've been doing in. And then note, Exam 3 is final exam week. It's just going to be over Chapters 10 and 11, and that'll be due May 15th. But please review this schedule, and then all these dates are aligned with my accounting lab. And again, let me know if you have any questions just by email. So again, review that class schedule. Continue to log in to do your My Accounting Lab assignments. The learning modules, I will have some new updates for you, and I'll let you know those. But for now, you'd want to go back to Chapter 7. And the one new illustration that I did add, again, I'll go back there, is this Chapter 7 handout illustration. I would play that. But other than that, review these. These have been available all semester, like I've been saying. Keep reviewing these. Again, let me know if you have any problems with opening up any of these illustrations, and I'll get that fixed for you. So again, I'm sorry about this. There's nothing else we can do about it. Hopefully, you'll still be able to learn. It probably won't be as good as face-to-face, but it's better than nothing. And of course, you do have all my illustrations. And since you've kind of seen my methods in class, you can kind of hopefully relate it to these learning modules. But use the learning modules. And then when you do log into my accounting lab, in which I've already done, let me show you one more thing. You'll note, again, just to remind you, I'm on Chapter 7. Notice the due date, Chapter 7's homework and quiz is April 5th. And then Chapter 9 is the 12th. Chapter 10 is the 26th. And Chapter 11 is the 10th. I haven't created, or I got to redo some of these exams, so the exams aren't set up for you just yet. but they will be. And of course, I will send you study guides and all sorts of information and instructions on how to take those exams when we get there, but those will also be online. All right, so that's it. Again, email me. Let me know if you have any questions or concerns, and I definitely respond within 24 hours to every email. All right, thanks.